last time I checked, the team that was the favorite to win the NBA championship, it wasn't the Clippers, it wasn't the Lakers, it wasn't the Pelicans, it wasn't the Rockets, it wasn't the 76ers, it was the Milwaukee Bucks. And since the Milwaukee Bucks returned to the NBA bubble, they are 3-5. Should be 1-7, to be honest. And when you look at this team, I said this before, they are losing their defensive identity. When you look at with the makeup and the games that they played, even to go back to the Celtic game, when they played against the Boston Celtics, and they had that controversy call against Marcus Smart when he clearly took the charge, but the refs didn't want to foul Giannis out because it would have been his 6th foul. That changed the whole game right there. You go back to when they played the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat, without Jimmy Butler and Goran Dragic, was up 24 at half. And, Milwaukee won the game, but it shouldn't have been a game anyway without those two guys playing. So when I'm looking at this Milwaukee Bucks team right now, I have concerns because they're favored to win. And also, when they had to play the Dallas Mavericks, Luka had it his way. He gave them that work. What was Giannis at then? Y'all talk about Giannis being the MVP and Defensive Player of the Year. He wanted no parts of Luka Doncic. When they played the Houston Rockets, I watched James Harden take on the challenge on the defensive end of guarding Giannis, and he locked them up down the stretch. By the way, Giannis tried to check Russell Westbrook. It wasn't happening. Russell Westbrook got to the paint at will. Russell Westbrook got to the free throw line and sunk clutch free throws. So when I'm looking at this Milwaukee team, where's the energy? Because they are the favorites. Last time I checked, they're the favorites to win the championship, and they haven't played well in this bubble. So
let me challenge. All right, I got you. Let me say this to both of y'all. Number one, first you, KP. The reason why I give Milwaukee somewhat of a path is because they locked up the number 1 seed, and it may be a priority to just go into the postseason healthy as opposed to really playing your A game. That's number one. It's entirely plausible that that may have happened. You know that based on your experience playing in the NBA, particularly when you lock up a number 1 seed, you usually get a little bit lax. But not only that, KP, you got to also remember that because it's bubble play and you hadn't played for the previous 4 months, it's really about making sure that you're healthy more so than ever before. Because again, since you hadn't played and you took a sabbatical from that play because of the pandemic, obviously you might have prioritized health. We don't know that, but I'm saying that's plausible that might have been the approach. As it pertains to you, Max, you might have a legitimate argument, but I would say to you this. The number one disappointment about the Pelicans is that based on what we were seeing on social media and beyond in terms of Zion Williamson being in that gym, to see him get on the court and to see his minutes managed the way that they were, to see him a bit out of shape, that was the disappointing element because it almost seemed like from the second game when they got ran out of the gym by the Los Angeles Clippers, they didn't seem like they even wanted to be there. And you just got the impression
Did he look
that,
like
you know,
he was in basketball shape too, though, Stephen?
Hold on. New Orleans was about, it just got the impression New Orleans was about this. Let's just wait until next season. Let's not jeopardize our future in Zion Williamson more than actually playing and winning basketball games. That's why I didn't pick the Pelicans. In that
you're right about that. You're right about that. It did seem that way. But that was partly because I think Zion wasn't in basketball shape. But they have other guys who can play. Brandon Ingram, Lonzo Ball. They have talent on the squad. And they were their starting 5 unit was very effective, especially once Zion started playing this season. That bubble, I mean, Stephen A., we even have a play-in, and what, are we going to deny it? It's a very good chance. It's because the Pelicans exist that there's a play-in. And they went, just sank. They're like everyone else who had a shot, except for the Kings, was fighting hard, and they just sank.
Well, I don't understand this, how we have concerns for the Lakers and not concern for the Bucks. They're in the same position. They both locked up the number 1 seed, but we have concern about the Lakers and not concerned about the Bucks, who are younger, more athletic. But you have an older Laker team.
I can answer that.
And we know LeBron James is out there not trying to play to get hurt. They already locked up the number 1 seed. They playing for rhythm.
Well, let me answer your question. Number one, Avery Bradley is gone. Number two, Rondo is hurt. Number three, they're not making shots. And we're seeing a deviation from what they did before play stopped in March. Whereas with the Milwaukee Bucks, we're just seeing a team that's prioritizing going to the postseason healthy.
Bucks are going to be fine. Bledsoe and DiVincenzo are going to step up when it counts. They'll be fine.
I don't know about that.
Okay. I don't know about that, Max. That goes to show me you haven't been watching.
They're going to get help from one of those two at least.
The Bucks, the favorites
All
in the
I know
East.
is George Hill been in the moment.
Focusing in on the Pelicans for a second, I know that, we're talking about how he needs to get in better basketball shape. He has been very vocal this week after the Pelicans season ending that he's going to be spending the offseason trying to get not only healthy, back to absolute full strength, but also working on his body so that he is in that very appropriate basketball shape for next season.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.